we're diving into Blood of Elves today. Um, this is it, the first full novel in the Witcher saga. It's where things really start to heat up.
Yeah, it's like, you've got the short stories giving you a taste, and then boom,
Yeah,
you're thrown right into this epic world.
we've got a lot to unpack here. Political chaos, magic, destiny, and of course, Geralt and Ciri.
Oh, and don't forget wars brewing on the horizon, too.
Right, always a fun backdrop. So let's start at the very beginning. Ciri.
Oh, man, talk about a rough start. Fleeing a burning city, pursued by, get this, a black knight with feathered wings on his helmet. Seriously, what's scarier than that?
All right. It's such a vivid image,
Yeah.
and you instantly connect with Ciri. You feel her fear, her trauma.
Yeah, it's not just a scary monster chasing her, It's like this image, this black knight, sticks with you.
I was thinking that too. It's almost like a symbol or, I don't know, a recurring theme.
Absolutely. It pops up again and again in Ciri's nightmares, even in these prophetic visions she starts having. You gotta think there's a connection to her destiny there, right? Some bigger force at play.
And that's where Geralt comes in, or Witcher. He's drawn to Ciri, bound to her by destiny, but he's not exactly like embracing the mentor role right away.
No, not at all. He's like, okay, I'm gonna protect this kid, but there's a distance there. He's almost reluctant.
I think he's trying to resist like his role in all of this.
Yeah.
He even says, I know I'm going to die in some cave which stinks of carcasses, torn apart by a griffin, lamia, or manticore, but I don't want to die in a war because they're not my wars.
Classic Gerald. He's such a pragmatist. Wants to stay out of the big conflicts, but come on. We all know he can't.
Especially with Ciri. Her powers, they're not exactly subtle. Those visions, that crazy trance scene where she's called the 14th of the Hill and Child of Elder Blood.
Those names, man. It's like we're peeking into this whole other world, this ancient history, and it all points to how powerful Ciri is. Seriously powerful.
And that power, well, it attracts attention. Not all of it good, either.
Oh, yeah. Things are about to get messy.
Speaking of messy, the political landscape.
Yeah.
We've got kingdoms at odds, empires clashing, and then the Skoya tale.
The elves.
Yeah.
Fighting for their freedom. You can't help but sympathize with them, right? But then some of their methods, they're pretty brutal.
Makes you question who the good guys really are, doesn't it?
For sure. It's not black and white. You've got the northern kingdoms, Nilfgaard, and everyone's got their own agenda.
Makes the story so much richer, though. All these different perspectives.
You see it in the characters Geralt meets. Dandelion, the bard, always cracking jokes, lightening the mood.
Yeah, gods love dandelion.
And then Yarpen Zigrin, the dwarf. Super practical, down-to-earth guy, calls Geralt out on his cynicism sometimes.
Yeah, I love that scene where he tells Geralt the story about Elerina, the dwarven hero.
Right. Elerina, who ends up regretting her actions, feeling the weight of what she did. It makes you think, about the cost of fighting, of making those tough choices.
And how sometimes those choices, they come back to haunt you.
Exactly. Morality is a complicated thing, especially in a world like this, with power and ambition running rampant.
And then there's Ciri. She ends up at Carrie Moorhen.
The Witcher's Keep. Talk about intense training.
It's brutal, really. Accelerants, the killer course. Then there's this thing called the pendulum. Can you imagine?
Yeah, it shows you just how harsh their world is. Survival's the name of the game.
Ciri, though, she handles it. She's got this resilience, probably from growing up in Sintra, a place known for its strong people.
True, but she's also got something else to deal with. Her magic.
Right. She's a source. That means raw power, but also the risk of losing control going mad.
And that's where Triss Marigold comes in. The sorceress.
She's got this complicated history with Geralt, and she's crucial in helping Ciri understand her powers.
Yeah, she's the one who says, hey, Geralt, you need to get someone else involved here. Someone who really knows magic. Someone like Yennefer.
Ah, Yennefer. Her name keeps popping up. And it's clear she's going to be a major player in all this. Powerful, connected to both Geralt and Ciri.
It's like we're just waiting for her to arrive on the scene.
And you can bet it's going to be epic. So we've got Ciri training, Geralt figuring out his role, sorceresses with their own agendas, this war brewing, and a whole lot of danger. Things are definitely heating up.
And let's not forget the political games surrounding Ciri. While she's training, the Northern Kings are meeting, trying to figure out how to reclaim Sintra, and guess what?
Ciri's right at the center of their plan.
Yeah, she's the lion cub they keep talking about. Everyone wants a piece of her destiny, and some are willing to play dirty to get it. We see these shadowy figures like Rience, this mage with a grudge against Geralt.
And then there's Emperor Emrys, the Emperor of Nilfgaard. He's got his own people searching for Ciri.
Makes you wonder who to trust and what their real motives are.
Right. It's like we're putting together a puzzle, but the pieces keep changing.
And that puzzle's only going to get more complicated.
So let's delve into that next layer. Let's talk about that meeting of the Northern Kings, where the stakes are high and the future of the continent hangs in the balance.
You know, these northern kings, their meeting, it's fascinating, really. Like, you've got Vizimir of Redania. He's all about taking action. We got to reclaim Sintra, he says. Make a stand against Nilfgaard.
It sounds all noble and righteous, right?
Hmm.
Liberating Sintra, uniting against a common enemy. But something about it feels off.
Oh, yeah. There's always another layer. Like Foltest, the king of Temeria. He talks a big game about Sintra, but he's got his own reasons, his own interests.
I was wondering about that. And Merv, the queen, she didn't seem convinced either about the whole Sintra thing, I mean.
Merv, she's smart, she's cautious. She's not going to jump into anything without thinking it through. She knows there are going to be consequences, good and bad.
It's interesting how they're all so different. Their personalities, how they approach the problem. It reminds you that they're not just kings, they're people with their own fears, their own desires.
Exactly. And then you throw in the chapter of sorcerers. Supposed to be neutral, above it all, right? Guiding the use of magic for the good of everyone.
Right, but it's pretty clear that some of those sorcerers have their own allegiances, their own ambitions.
Oh, yeah, you got Philippa Eilhart practically running the show, advising Vizimir, and she's definitely interested in Ciri.
Makes you wonder how neutral they really are.
Neutrality's tough when there's a war on the horizon and a girl with powers like Ciri's in the mix. They're walking a tightrope, those sorcerers.
And then there's Vilgefortz, man of mystery. Even the other sorcerers seem to be a little afraid of him.
Vilgefortz is interesting. He's all about caution. Stay out of it, he tells the chapter. Don't get involved in the king's schemes.
But why? What's his game?
That's the question, isn't it? Is he really for peace, or is he working towards something else? He's a brilliant strategist, but what's his end game?
It's also layered. Kings plotting, sorcerers maneuvering, and in the middle of it all, Ciri, this young girl who could change everything.
It is a bit like a game of chess, isn't it?
Right. And speaking of chess, I can't help but think of that scene where Geralt's playing with Yarpen.
Oh, yeah, where Geralt talks about sacrificing a pawn to win the game, and Yarpen gets all upset.
Exactly. He says Geralt's cold, that he sees people as just pieces on a board.
But I don't think Geralt's heartless. He cares about Ciri a lot. He doesn't want her to become a pawn in this game.
He's trying to protect her.
Yeah, and he's realistic. He knows how this world works. Hard choices have to be made, sometimes sacrifices, but Ciri's safety, that's his priority.
And that leads us to Ciri, at the temple with Neneki, the priestess. It seems so peaceful there, so calm.
Compared to Kaer Morhen, yeah. But Ciri can't escape her destiny, even there.
Those nightmares, they keep coming back. The Black Knight, the prophecies. It's like they're telling her, this is your path. You can't run from it.
Exactly. And then Yennefer arrives.
Finally.
And their dynamic is intense. Yennefer takes charge, but there's also this sense of understanding, even affection.
It's complicated. Like, she's tough on Ciri, but you could see she cares.
Yeah, Yennefer's no nonsense. She tells Ciri straight up, magic's dangerous. Chaos wants you. Learn to control it, or it'll control you.
It's got to be heavy for a young girl.
Yennefer understands what's at stake. She sees what Ciri can become, the good and the bad, and she's going to prepare her for it, even if it's tough.
Which is probably why she takes Ciri away from the temple, even though Ciri wants to stay with Meneki.
Yeah, it's a hard choice. But Yennefer knows what Ciri needs. She needs someone who understands magic, someone who can guide her. And in a way, I think Yennefer sees herself in Ciri.
Ciri, though, she just wants a normal life. Like the other girls at the temple.
Who can blame her after everything she's been through? She just wants some peace, some normalcy.
It's heartbreaking, that struggle. Wanting a simple life, but having this destiny on your shoulders.
But destiny, it has a way of catching up to you.
Yeah.
And Ciri's destiny, it's tied to her lineage, her elder blood. She's a key player in this whole game for control of the continent.
That's what they mean when they talk about the lion cub.
Right. The Northern Kings think she's the answer to reclaiming Sintra, to solidifying their power. And Nilfgaard wants her to.
It's scary, really. This young girl, she's a pawn in a game she doesn't even understand.
And it makes you wonder who really cares about her. Geralt, who wants to protect her, Yennefer, who's trying to prepare her, or are they all using her for their own ends?
Yeah, those questions, they linger. And then there's Emhirvar Emrys, the Emperor of Nilfgaard.
Oh, he's a force to be reckoned with. Ruthless, ambitious. We see that even in this book. He'll do whatever it takes to get what he wants.
And he wants Ciri. That much is clear. But why? What's his plan for her?
That's the mystery. It makes you wonder who really holds the power. Vilgefortz, with his long game. Emhyr and his imperial ambitions. Or are there others we haven't even met yet?
It's overwhelming. All these agendas, all these people converging on Ciri.
And in the middle of it all, you have to ask, what is her destiny? Will she become a tool for the kings, a weapon for the sorcerers? Or will she find her own path?
That's the question that keeps you reading, doesn't it?
Mm.
And as we go deeper into Blood of Elves, we start to see glimpses of that path. It's a dangerous one, that's for sure. But it also holds the promise of something incredible.
It's a journey, this book. It's taken us from war-torn Sintra to the mountains of Kaer Morhen to the quiet of the temple.
We've met so many characters, each one adding something to the story.
And those encounters, they show you how diverse this world is, how complex the relationships are.
It's like we're building a tapestry, thread by thread. The politics, the magic, the destiny, and the characters themselves. I don't know about you, but I'm still trying to wrap my head around Ciri. Her powers, her destiny, everything. It's a lot.
Yeah, and Blood of Elves, it just throws you in, Doesn't give you all the answers.
Which is great, honestly. It makes you think. You have to engage with it, try to figure things out.
It's not just a story you read passively. It's like it invites you to explore this world, to wrestle with the same dilemmas the characters are facing.
Right. It's not black and white. It's messy. It's complex. And that's what makes it so good.
That's a big takeaway for me from this whole deep dive. Sometimes the best stories, they're the ones that leave you with more questions than answers.
Absolutely. So for everyone listening, what's the point of all this? Why should we care about this princess, this witcher, this world that's about to explode?
Well, if you think about it, Blood of Elves, it's more than just fantasy. It's a reflection of our own world.
The politics, the power struggles,
Yeah.
the fight between good and evil, it's all there.
And it makes you think about your own choices, the impact you have, what you're willing to fight for.
Exactly. And even though it's like a dark world, there's still hope. Ciri, she represents that, I think.
Yeah, hope for a better future, for justice, for people rising to the occasion, even when things are tough. And hey, let's not forget the fun stuff, too.
Right, like Ciri trying to learn Elder speech from Yarpen, or that scene with the chickens at the temple.
It's those little moments that make it feel real, Even when things are intense, there's still humor, there's still humanity.
It's what makes it so captivating.
Yeah.
You laugh, you cry, you're on the edge of your seat the whole time.
And it leaves you wanting more. What's going to happen next? What's Ciri's fate? What about Geralt and Yennefer and everyone else?
Blood of Elves, it's really just the beginning.
Yeah, it sets the stage, introduces the world, the players. But the real adventure, it's just getting started.
It's a story that sticks with you. It makes you think about destiny, about choice, about the power of hope.
So if you haven't already, pick up the next book, The Time of Contempt.
See what happens next. Keep diving deeper into this world. There's always more to discover. Thanks for joining us.